Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day this video finds you. It's your boy Jay here, and I'm coming back to you with another monster list. This time, I'm going to be talking about monsters I want to return to Sunbreak. I already did a subspecies video that you guys really seem to like, so this isn't going to be focusing so much on subspecies, such as whole new, well, not new monsters, whole monsters that I want to return to Sunbreak that I think will fit the hunting style that we have in Sunbreak with the wire bugs and everything. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so first things first, we're going to talk about the low-hanging fruit returning monsters, and those are going to be Agnactor, Zamtrios, and Tetsukabra. Okay, now the reason why they're low-hanging fruit is because we already got Urukutor in Rise, and then we've got Hojo in the guild hub sitting on a baby Tetsukabra, and then we've got Zamites in the Frost Islands, right? So they're low-hanging fruit. Everybody wants them. I'm gonna bring them up here, and yes, I want them all to come, especially like Zamtrios, now that we have Lunagaron confirmed, and it also kind of has an ice armor mechanic. So if you're gonna program something in the game, I mean, if it's already programmed, bring him too, why not? But yeah, so those are the low-hanging fruit monsters: Agnactor, Zamtrios, and Tetsukabra. I do want them to come through because they're already kind of partially in the game, and it's really weird that they're omitted, probably because Rise's development was kind of difficult with the whole, you know, COVID thing going on, and them having to rework the maps. Man, I heard in an interview that like they were gonna go back to old school maps with zones, but like World took off, so they were like, hey, we can't go back to that. So then they had to redesign the maps from like scratch. So I could see, you know, how some monsters got cut because they had to dedicate more time to redoing the maps, and of course, you know, the working conditions with the virus and everything was going crazy. But that's no longer a factor. Bring these three monsters in the game. All right, so let's start with Duramboros, since you've been watching me fight a Duramboros this whole video so far. Yes, I want Duramboros to come to Sunbreak. Okay, now hear me out, hear me out. So, you know, he's the helicopter, right? Look at him. Look at this big swinging attack that he does, right? It'll be so easy to trip him up because so many weapons have a counter in this game. You can, you know, position yourself and trip him up, like to get hit by the tail on purpose, and then use your counter and then hit the legs and then trip him and then bust his hump. Also, he's a really big monster, right? I like big monsters. Not too big, but I like fighting big monsters with the group, right? Because it's very rare that you'll interrupt your fellow hunters when you're fighting a bigger monster. That's pretty cool too. Duramboros' weak point is his hump at the top of his head, right? Now, in all the games that he's featured in so far, it's very hard to access this hump. You gotta trip him when he's doing his helicopter attack. However, in Sunbreak, we got wire bugs, baby. I can access that hump whenever I want because now we have an actual jump button. I can just wire bug up there, load up a triple charge, and bust him in his hump. Oh my god, who doesn't want to do that? I mean, yes, you know? So bring Duramboros. He's got the unique double break tail thing going on too, where you can break his tail twice, right? Like the first time you break it, it gets some cracks, and then you break it again and the whole tail case comes off. I mean, cool monster, really big, really slow, really chonky, but yeah, definitely a heavy hitter that I want to see come to Sunbreak. Up next on today's list, we're going to be talking about Nerscylla. That's right, the other spider monster in Monster Hunter. So in Monster Hunter Rise, we got a newcomer, Raknakadaki, right? I love me some Raknakadaki. Also a spider, also pretty creepy. Bring back the OG spider, right? However, Raknakadaki is a fire-breathing spider, which sounds like the stuff of nightmares. But Nerscylla is more like your traditional spider, okay? It can do poison, it can do sleep, I think it can even do paralysis as well, and it has web attacks that web you down, which, you know, Raknakadaki also has as well. But yeah, I want to see both of these monsters coexist in the same game. I mean, I would love maybe an event quest where they're both buffed and you gotta fight both of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta fight the status spider and the element spider. And of course, Nerscylla's inclusion won't just be, you know, for shits and giggles, you'll have a slew of status weapons open up, right? Because a lot of weapons don't have really super good options when it comes to status. Like some paralyzed weapons are really good, but like, I mean, Nerscylla has all of the statuses, right? So imagine like a pair of dual blades that could do both poison and paralysis at the same time, and it's not the rampage dual blades, you know what I mean? Like, heck yeah, I want to see them both in the same quest, in the same area, at the same time. 16-leg madness, babies everywhere, cocoon sack, you know, getting poisoned, getting parried, getting stunned, getting slept, while the other one's breathing fire on you. I just think it'll be a bomb-ass inclusion to have. And, I mean, I'm not a, you know, a game developer, but I think it'll be easy because we already have the Kadaki skeleton in Rise. So, bring back Nerscylla. Bring it back, right? Bring back the OG spider. But yeah, so comment down below if you agree with me that you think we should bring back Nerscylla and have them pair up with a quest with Kadaki for ultimate arachnophobia. That'll be the name of the quest, right? Just call the quest Arachnophobia. You gotta hunt down a Nerscylla and a Kadaki, same quest. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'd love to see it. Please bring back Nerscylla. Next up on the list of monsters I want to see in Sunbreak, Nibelsnarf. What? Yes, sir. I want to see Nibelsnarf, man. You guys know that Nibelsnarf is one of my favorite monsters of all time because I already did a video about that card in the top right if you want to check that out. Nibelsnarf is one of my favorite monsters of all time. It's got super unique hit zones, right? What other monster can you break their uvula, right? What the heck? And yeah, so he's got the gills hit zones as well. Super cool, super unique. And then also, I can't bring up Nibelsnarf without bringing up the barrel bomb eating, right? So with this monster, he likes to do a bunch of charges when he surfaces, right? And if you do it right, I think I'm about to do it. Yeah. If you lay the bombs right, boom, you can get You can get Nibelsnarf to eat the bombs, and then the bombs blow up in his stomach, and then there's a mini game that happens where you can fish up the Nibelsnarf, and then you get, you know, it's a free big old punish. It's a free, like, just go crazy, tear him up, right? And you can lay barrel bombs, and then while he's underground, you can throw a sonic bomb to make him eat the barrel bomb as well. So there's many different ways you can get Nibelsnarf to eat the bomb, and then, you know, when the bomb is blown up, you do the fishing minigame, you rip him out the sand and you tear him up. However, we're talking about Sunbreak here, right? We're talking about wire bug action, right? So check this out. Imagine, you know, you're in a hunting party, you got 2-3 other, you know, fellow hunters with you. Oh, here we go. Hey, I got him to eat the bomb. You got a couple other hunters with you, right? There we go. See, look, and then you can fish them out. Yeah. And then you rip them out, right? You mash. It's just fun. It's a good time. You mash. Look at that. Boom. You pull him out the sand. It's a whole little cutscene action. And you just go crazy on him while he's flopping around because you ripped him out the ground. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. Imagine you're in a hunting party. It's 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 of you guys, right? You lay down the bombs. Somebody throws a sonic bomb, right? And you wire bug up into the air, and as the Nibelsnarf breaks out of the sand, you've planned it to where you're high enough in the air, and you just throw the another barrel bomb in his mouth at that moment while his mouth is open while you're above him, right? Because in Rise you can use barrel bombs in the air. You can toss them down, right? You can channel your inner basil goose and drop bombs. And when you do it that way, you get an immediate pop, and then the hunting party goes crazy, right? Because like any other status in the game, as you have Nibelsnarf eat up more and more bombs, it's going to require more and more bombs to get them to pop to activate the fishing minigame. What if you manage to successfully dunk a barrel bomb in his mouth while above him manually, you can get an insta pop? Wouldn't that be an incredible reward for such a difficult maneuver to execute, right? So, I mean, let's do it. Bring him. Now, we do need a new desert, maybe. I don't know. We'd have to make it make sense with the story. Like, oh, why is Nibelsnarf in the Kamura Desert? region that we already have. But whatever, don't care. Bring Nibelsnarf over. I want a wire bug high into the sky and dunk a barrel bomb straight into his throat myself and get an insta pop so I can fish him out of the ground and tear him up and really have an engaging and fun fight. So yeah, that's my case for bringing Nibelsnarf over, because he's super unique, super fun to hunt, crazy hit zones, and of course barrel bomb dunking, baby. Everybody wants to barrel bomb dunk. I mean, I bet some of you forgot you could barrel bomb dunk in the game anyway. But yeah, that's why I want to see Nibelsnarf come to Sunbreak. I know most of y'all looking at y'all screen like, ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way you about to say you want this monster to come. Yep. I want the hip check boy to come to Sunbreak. I want to see Plesioth. Yes, sir. I want to see Plesioth come through. Now, check this out. The reason I've thought about this for a long time, okay? I'm not just saying this to draw ire from my homeboys in the Monster Hunter community. I mean this. Check this out. Listen. Hear me out. Put away the pitchfork. Let me talk to you right quick. Now, Plesioth is annoying as hell to fight. That's not new news, right? Like, look at how big this thing is. You can only really hit the feet, right? That's part of the reason why Plesioth is so damn annoying to fight. Ain't no good hit zones on him, right? That's the reason why I'm using Lance in the fight that you see, so I can, hit him with some vertical pokes. However, that's no longer a problem in Sunbreak. We have wire bugs, okay? That head can be accessed at any point. Best believe I'm a wire bug up to his face and bash his skull in for being annoying for the past 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And like, you can break the back very easily. I mean, we got a lot of Silkbind arts that have you as a hunter soaring in the air and coming back down. It's not going to be a problem to fight Plesioth anymore. You're not just going to be chipping away at his toes hoping for a trip, right? Boom. That's problem number 1 solved. Problem number 2, giant ass hip tackle, right? Giant ass hip check. No problem anymore. Do you know how many weapons in Rise already have a counter? And we just saw in a trailer somewhere that I think Switch Axe has a counter now too, right? So many weapons have counters. I mean, longsword, hammer has water strike. Let's see, gun lance and lance have counters. Switch axe has counter peak performance. It's a Silkbind art, right? Let's see, sword and shield has Shoryugeki. There's so many potential counters that yeah, I want to fight Plesioth, right? Because that hip check has a huge tell. So when he's lining up that hip check, I'm going to be lining up my positioning, making sure I'm in the right spot. That way, when I hit my counter button, he's going to get smacked, right? And then when he gets smacked, I'm going to take advantage of the down that comes afterwards, right? So yes, I want Plesioth to come to Sunbreak. I want him to jump out the water and engage with us. I don't want him swimming around all the time in a place where we can't reach. That's not fun. Okay, I do want an active Plesioth, but we can have him swim anyway, because I mean, look at Juryatotus, look at Mizutsune in Rise, right? We have maps where they can swim around. Look at Royal Ludroth, right? We have maps and locations where they can swim around and still be interactive, as opposed to what happens before, where like Plesioth is in an area you just can't reach. I don't know how we did it. I don't know how the hunters learned how to walk on water. I don't care. Let my video game be a video game. I'll stand on top of the water as Plesioth swims through it, if that means an engaging and fun fight with both water and land segments, right? So yeah, I want to actually see Plesioth come back and be redeemed, right? I don't want him to be known as, yeah, that's the annoying ass monster that everybody hates to fight. I want them to bring him back and have him be fun. Think Kushala Daora in Rise, right? Everybody was like, oh, Kushala Daora is a pain in the ass to hunt. Don't nobody want to hunt this monster. Everybody hates fighting Kushala Daora. And then it came out in Rise 2.0 and everybody was like, hold up, this kind of fun? I like fighting this? I think that can be possible for Plesioth as well. He's been a meme with the hyperspace hip checks. I think we can have it be a good time. So I want to see him come back in Sunbreak and be redeemed and be fun, right? That's why I want to see Plesioth come back. Not because I want to see you guys suffer, but because I want Plesioth to come back and be redeemed as the fun monster I think he can be, using the new 5th gen mechanics, using the new wire bugs, and all of the new stuff that comes with Monster Hunter ever since his last appearance. Okay, so the last monster I'm going to be talking about today is going to be none other than Oroshi Kirin. That's right, man. We're going to be talking about Oroshi Kirin today. Shout out to Cantor X, the legend, for letting me use his gameplay from Monster Hunter 4U way back in the day of Oroshi Kirin. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Oroshi Kirin. Now, why? Why Oroshi Kirin? So I tweeted a tweet the other day, and it came from a shower thought, really, because I be thinking too much in the shower when I'm by myself. But I was like, yo, the only elder dragons that like use ice are Oroshi Kirin and Velkhana, right? Now, don't get me wrong, Kushala Daora has ice weapons, right? But I think that's more so to keep the rock paper scissors nature of him, Kush, and Tail alive, right? Whereas Oroshi Kirin actually uses ice in their attacks, right? And Velkhana actually uses ice and ice beams and freezes stuff in their attacks, right? Kushala, I mean, they throw out some tornadoes and there might be some ice bits here and there as a result of you fighting them on the Frost Islands. And when you throw up a tornado and some snow, it's gonna pick up some snow and some ice chunks, you know what I mean? But like, it's not really an ice attack, so to speak. Not like how Oroshi Kirin or Velkhana would be. Now, the reason why I picked Oroshi Kirin over Velkhana is we just had Velkhana. It's the flagship of the previous game, and usually the flagships from the previous game don't make their way to the next one. So why not bring back Oroshi Kirin from MH4U? You know, it's been a long time since it's seen some action aside from Monster Hunter Stories 2. You know, that way we can have an ice elder dragon as well, like a high level ice threat. That would be so cool. And like, you know, Kirin has been missing from Rise entirely because Kirin was in World, which is cool, right? So like, now's a good time to bring it back. And if you want to bring back regular Kirin with it, that would be cool too. But I mean, I'm really more focused on bringing back ice Oroshi Kirin. That way we have more really decent end game ice builds, right? As opposed to just using like a Barioth and Kushala Daora, right? More diversity is almost always good. You know, you can mess with the raw, you can mess with the crit rate, or you can mess with, you know, the skills that come with the armor set, right? We can have another badass armor set, and the more armor in the game, the better, because the more pieces we get to mix and match, and the more different sets that I get to see people using, and that makes me hype, man. I'm really hype. So yeah, I think we should bring Oroshi Kirin back. Maybe soften the hide up a little bit, okay? That hard hide stuff is kind of annoying as hell, but whatever. Rework him to make him fit better. You know, rework a little bit of his moveset to make him able to keep up with these new 5th gen hunters with the wire bugs and all that. Maybe even use the environment a little bit more. But yeah, bring back Oroshi Kirin to, you know, help balance out the game. Another armor set, more high level ice weapons that we can use, and I think it'll be a fun and engaging fight with the wire bugs. But yeah, so that's going to be a small little list of all the monsters I want to see make a return in Sunbreak. Now, that's not every single monster, right? But these are some of the big ones that I really want to see return. Now, if other monsters that I didn't mention show up, I ain't going to be mad. I'm going to love them just the same, and I'm going to hunt them and wear their skin too, okay? But I really, really, really want to see all the monsters I mentioned here today make it to Sunbreak, because I think they have something to offer when it comes to Sunbreak gameplay, and I think it'll just be really cool to hunt them in the new game, right? Because a lot of these monsters that I mentioned have never been in a 5th gen game. They missed out on World and Iceborne. So bring them forward, bring them up to the new game, revamp their movesets, make them a bit more engaging, and oh my god, I think we're gonna have a treat on our hands, people. Let me know if you agree with my list down in the comments below. Of course, if there are monsters that I forgot, let me know. Hit me up. Tell me what you think. I will respond to each and every comment that hits this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more content just like this. We will be pumping out crazy content up until the lead up to Sunbreak. I already have a 500 subscriber special in mind. So if you want to see that, sub up. We're getting real close to 500. So yeah. So with all that being said, happy hunting, people. Peace.